Neeko is not a traditional like melee engaged champion, but can give you a lot of power as Gwen. If anyone gets rooted trying to close the gap onto Ruler, who already has an escape as well, then they're probably just going to get blown up. If you get rooted, then you get seismic shoved and you die. About the past.
Yeah, no, exactly.
4 years ago, remember this thing? The lane swap actually here for Duro and Ruler, as they want to take Perfect out of the game, which, when you think about it, like you were talking about how it's a tough matchup for Duckdom away, like kind of unplayable, but Cryo and Grubs for a moment.
They have taken infinity% more objectives than Gen.G so far this game. Is never mind, Duro's going to come in, finds a double Pop Blossom. Duckdom is able to get some shots off, but that is still first blood onto the enemy jungler. Immediately answered there as BDD does get a kill, but down goes Wei at the same time, and Gen.G are going to alleviate that whole issue when it comes to the feats of strength things, as not quite the skill there. Duckdom went down to 1 health, though. That's kind of crazy.
Well, when your Rel has level 6 on Grub Fight and gets a 3-man Magnet Storm, this whole fight to me is about the fact that... Oh, okay.
Perfect is dead.
Okay, well, that issue with the Gwen getting ahead, we kind of check that box here for the Gen.G composition.
Yeah.
And like white it out maybe out of the KT win cons and pretend it's not real. The prevalence of Chemtech souls in the LCK this year, and across multiple years. Like, I can see the headline now, like, have there been just one too many Chemtech souls in the LCK?
What's the deal with Chemtech souls in the LCK?
We collaborated with Tech Foundry.
Oh my god. Just gets out of the way though. And so now BDD, it's all a bit dark. That Deadly Flourish was so sick, but the Mega Cone is just going to keep Ruler alive. And I guess he just never really was in any trouble. It's once again Perfect is dead. He is going to dash a bunch, but the scissors is still there.
By the way, Chovy is landing into a Rel, as it's a dodge from Ruler at the same time, you know, tomato, tomato, whatever, but he doesn't get it. He uses his flash, uses his Rel more. They don't get the kill. They get both summoners on a Corki who has Valkyrie, and this Ambessa is no longer in the game.
You're just taking so much more here.
Yeah, and like, they considered a contest here, but Duro does not have his ultimate. He will actually in 8 seconds. He really wants to make something happen, but they're not here on time. Like, Chovy also had Weaver's Wall. The fact that this Herald take seemed like it was a freebie, and Genji were like, I'm not sure. Maybe we could actually get that too. Because here's that Weaver's Wall.
Yep, it is going to come through just to try and take down this turret. And that should be working out here as Duckdom does walk up. Cuz is moving in as well. Deadly Flourish doesn't find the mark. That's a fantastic Tangle Barbs. That will be able to lock down this turret. Duro is getting my POM so far. If it isn't just, you know, Keen for being massive.
Why Duro's 1-1-3, but you saw a 2K gold lead for Keen and a 40 CS lead 0 versus 0-2. You're like, oh man, it's Keen, but no, it's not.
Oh no, the bullying of Perfect has continued. This is just emotional warfare here. I mean, as Perfect is just not allowed to play the game.
T1 employed this strategy at the road to MSI, which was kill Perfect and you win the game. But in this game, I feel like more than a series, more than Perfect's individual performance, right? It's like he got caught by Duro twice, and then the third time they just grouped and killed him. And the Ambessa, like we talked about at the very beginning of the game, like you talked about before the game even opened, it's like, this Ambessa is so important to the comp. It needs to function so that the Jhin can function down. In most cases.
That's a really good point. And theoretically as well, if you did crush paper enough, you could make it heavy enough to be a paperweight itself.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that that's the paper that they were offered. Wow, this tangent is like
paper with Wayne the Rock Johnson on top of it. And Keen on top of Wayne the Rock Johnson, and then it's like, that's where Perfect is.
Yeah, watching him do arts and crafts. It's all right. Public execution comes through. Perfect actually getting involved for once as Keen will get a taste of Perfect's medicine. And it doesn't feel fantastic. That's BDD getting another kill for himself at the same time. But
that's
in the meantime, yeah, Chovy is also picking up an inner turret.
Canyon is going to catch Duckers.
Never mind.
Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Oh, no. You were so good. You were so good. Okay. He's going to be spotted. It's fine.
Woo! Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Okay, he is going to catch him. He thought that he was safe. Does flash out of the way, though, and now the rest of KT have made their way over. The curtains have been called as Canyon gets that bullet to the face.
Okay.
And Wei misses a cannon, but that's fine. Last shot goes towards Ruler.
They are looking to come over here for the contest, and it's going to take some real fancy angles from Perfect, I think, to win this fight. He's just not even committing in. Yeah, they're going to leave.
Splitter as Crashdown does get way out of there. Chovy going to find the shove, though, and oh no, the Rel is just being caught out, and we'll just be eaten for breakfast. Keen coming on over trying to kill this ward. Perfect is just teleported in, but it's a 4v5. Realm Warp to try and get KT out of there. They do, all 4 of them. make it to relative safety, take a phosphorus bomb, but this is just going to be them giving over the Otacon. There's no good news.
The problem,
KT.
I think the problem for KT in this moment is Ducktom will try to annoy them.
If this steal comes through, that would be funny.
It won't happen. But I think the problem for KT on the initial setup is if you don't get anything out of it.
Available, and they do have control of the area. Duro trying to get himself out. The flash forward from BDD to try and lock him down. Public execution is enough to finish him off, and now Keen is in amongst it, and maybe that's the way he likes it. Down goes Way, and now the cease and desist comes through. Cuz ain't tanking anything, as at least BDD gets one back on the back end of that play, but still, they're not taking a dragon off this one, and it is just BDD against the world.
He's going to get Weaver's walled in.
Here's the world, by the way.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of rocks.
And there you have it. BDD's first death of the game, especially in this area that they know no one can heal for him. The problem is that wallets are pretty heavy, and that's an extremely fed Gwen that you just fought into a choke point for. So it doesn't work out in the follow-up. Up there real quick. And
yeah. All right, there's a seismic shove. Perfect going to lose half of his health bar just from that alone. Deadly Flourish is going to be the answer here, though, as now Cuz is going to turn up. Pop Blossom going wide, does get the flash out as a cease and desist from Canyon. Looks almost suicidal, but Keen makes his way in, and BDD is getting cut down, but loads of flashes going to be utilized. The Talia has fallen, and Keen now frontlining, but no one else is there to help out, and KT! They just take both solo laners with no response from Gen.G.
It's a one-way ticket if he is going to steal. Gen.G have to somehow poke through this, but I think this is just gone.
Well, let's see whether they can actually get in there and make this one a 50-50, because Ruler's got a lot of poke. The turn is going to come through. The pillar is fantastic. Way finding some CC. As now, Perfect trying to get himself out of there. Ruler is just doing so much damage. Way is dead as an afterthought, and KT
didn't get a crash down. The turn was really awkward, and then Chovy shows up. Like, if you're just a little bit faster before that Talia shows up, maybe you could do it, but like...
Yeah, Gen.G off the back of this will be able to pick themselves up the Baron. And so, yeah, the good news for KT is swiftly eradicated. The Realm Warp there from BDD was actually so cute around this this last fight.
And for them, they're kind of just going, well, we've got all three lanes pushing. The only way we lose this game is if we try to hard push a little bit too far like we did last time. And just wait, take the dragon safely.
As Gen.G will be able to get this wave at least to test KT.
Chovy does have a nice angle here.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall is just going to bring them all out of the way. Seismic Shove is going to go wide, but look at that turret. Well, I mean, you can't because it's gone in an instant. Blink of an eye, and it does go down. I mean, they're just going to take this inner turret because there's no one here.
I don't think they should commit Chovy's ult for it, but they don't have to. And as all they have to do now is Weaver's Wall KT away, start Baron right away. So he's just going to walk over here with big fourth item.
Oh, Duro, he finds both carries even after the flash. Cease and desist comes in. Down goes Ducktom immediately. The Nico is going to fall, and at least they get... No, they're not going to get beat. Oh, there it is. Down he goes. A double kill for Keen as Chovy's throwing rocks around. Perfect does have to flash. As BDD gets a Void Star from the grave that he might be able to use in game 2, because I think it's likely that this one is just over. Flash out from Cuz, and he just gets Phosphorus bombed to the face. That Infinity Edge is working real well here for Ruler as he finds a double kill. And Gen.G collect the ace, and they will win this game. And guys, it wasn't close.
It was not close, not even for a moment. There was like one hiccup on the top side, but otherwise, start to finish, Gen.G dominant. I just, if you're gonna go straight into Xin Zhao and then you're gonna go, aha, they picked Rumble, I see that, and I just go Ornn, then I want to see something that this comp comes together. I'm like, damn, I really liked how they rounded that out.
As Ducktom taking a lot of damage on the outset of the play.
The Ezreal feels so good into the Annie, so we're going to have to talk about what Ezreal feels good when he has a jungler that's going to slam somebody into a wall.
Yeah, Canyon is just going to throw a rock into this bottom lane. Decent little knock up there from Way. It doesn't get stunned into the wall, as now Dura going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. That was not the dive that Gen.G were looking for, but they're still sticking around. They've held onto this wave, so they might be able to get another opportunity, but these health bars are not very high, and Way is holding this wave just offside. Canyon just going to flash in, though, and there is first blood. Never mind.
All Canyon has to do
just takes a little bit longer as Ruler almost died.
Oh,
the flash! Okay, does get the flash out from Ruler, but I think the Xayah flash a little more valuable.
Yeah.
He misses a large wave. because he's not teleporting back to this one unless he wants to die.
Sure, he's going to have to back and then TP bottom side as Ruler is coming up. So some minions lost here.
Way there a little bit. It looks like at least, you know, Dr. and Wei aren't falling any further behind or anything like that outside of losing some health bars. The CS numbers are doing all right. As Canyon's going to make his way over. Oh, never mind. It could just be doomed. As Wei not going to be... Oh, he actually waits out the Steadfast Presence, just barely survives. As the KT bottom lane do limp their way out of there. That should mean that Gen.G are easily able to take these grubs, though.
For you to get out, he's forcing them back away. Drops the Ignite in desperation.
Well, Canyon is going to make his way in here. Does set up, but Duro does have the inside track. Dr. going to come on over. He actually blast coned his way in. There's the Impale, but Cuz still keeping himself relatively safe. The flash out there from Cuz as they go back in looking for Chovy. That is going to be the kill. It goes over to Wei, unfortunately, but they'll take it. They're going to even things out. Now the stun is going to connect, and the 1-2 punch here of the Xin Zhao Annie is going to work until they are evicted from the play. And Cuz just goes down. There's the knock-up as the answer might actually be here, and there it is. Feathers get pulled back. Wei might be dead, but BDD is just going to wander his way back in. No mana to speak of.
He's like, nah, I
guess not. That's going to bring him a little bit of tempo back.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really aggressive play that cost Canyon the slash, right? Ruler doesn't have cleanse anymore.
Oh, we got a ward going into this brush. They spot all 4 members as the equalizer goes down. Goodbye, jungler. Thanks for the leash, says Gen.G, as Canyon very comfortably steals that away. The Ornhorn going to come down as he just turns his way out of it.
Barely get it. Looks like he just barely will. So that's money.
Yeah, a little bit more coming back. 250 going to be the difference here. As Chovy could, like, I mean, he is in a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of justice in that punch. As a bear goes down, he taunts them all, and they're like, yes. And then they kill him.
On that turret without any fear. And Chovy shows up now. Does have his ultimate, so skirmishing here is going to be really tricky. And Keen has a teleport TP.
No teleport for perfect. You cannot fight this KT.
There's no way.
Yep, Duro is just going to send Cuz away. And that is a guaranteed take on the Rift Herald. KT still wanting to look for something here. I'm not sure about it as the equalizer goes down. And Wei able to use that quickness, getting himself out of the way as Dr. so incredibly close to dead, but will be able to keep himself alive. And the question I have is, like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? The flash out from Cuz gets him to safety, but why does he need to get to safety?
No. And, like, all right, Canyon is just going to make sure they don't try to defend this turret, but remember when I asked the question about who does BDD ult if they don't have any prio? Those, he didn't do anything until he ulted randomly at the end, literally chasing him to the mid turret now. He's like, yo, you are not actually coming to this objective fight. KT, I'm going to deny you the fight you shouldn't have taken last time. This time you just cannot even get there. And that's the free dragon.
Yeah, that's the whole point. And then move on and grab this turret. In the meantime, Chovy is in the top lane, taking the outer turret up there.
So it's Gen.G who gets the objective and the cross map, I see.
Yes, yes. Gen.G is taking the objective and cross mapping.
It's not really a cross map if you got the objective, though, so it's like a double map. He's teleporting far away.
Okay, he is going to teleport now, at least. As there's the knock-up onto Canyon. They want to be able to take down the jungler. He's so tanky. Still, he's able to deliver a gargoyle and flash away. Tibbers gets ulted on. True Shot Barrage this time is not going to find the mark. Neither does the equalizer really, although Dr. is so incredibly low. Chovy dives in, gets the Featherstorm out here as Dr. uses the barrier. Canyon, he manages to snipe him. Down goes the Lover's Jaw. The Ornn is picked up, and it's an instant triple for Ruler, who is now 5-0. 100% of the kills here for Gen.G.
Not 100% kill participation, although he technically is. He's just
he has
100%
that too.
Kills. Well, that may just be the backbreaker in this one. What was a relatively close game until Gen.G ended up getting too much control, and then a desperate Otacon now means KT just got nothing. And it looked so good until Canyon's Impale. Like,
Ruler does get every kill in this game. Maybe we do have to give him palm.
I'm kind of okay with the concept.
I do think it's probably still Duro. You might be right, but if he does get every kill in the game, that would be pretty. He just missed a cannon. Never mind.
We've talked about this a lot in the LCK. When you're behind against a team like Gen.G, you just have to go hide on bush and hope for the best.
I mean, it's Molten Edge time as well, so at least Dr. is doing a bunch of extra damage. BDD does take down Duro as they set the trap and look to take... Canyon's drifting has been so sick today.
He's the only Skarner player in our league right now, and so he is by default the best, but if everyone was playing Skarner and I watched this game, I'd be like, well, he's the best.
Yeah. Ruler is going to take down in
like, let's
get himself out of the way. As Canyon, I mean, it was a cool play, but I think maybe he heard us saying that he was like super cool and stuff, and then he does that thing where he goes a little bit too far.
I don't know, we just panned over and I watched Duckdom with his ult get impaled. I was like, that's a good play, but...
They are flashing in. Great quickness play there onto Keen as the equalizer is in a decent position. The gargoyle delivery is so good, and Keen picks up the first kill for not Ruler in this game, and Ruler is a bit angry about that, so he's going to grab another one for himself as what goes up must come down, and that equals another double here for Ruler.
Yeah, for KT, I think in this one is Canyon gets an impale, and it's like, oh my god, he got ducked off, but there's no follow-up, and they're like, okay, this is our Ian. There's no impale anymore. They're out of position. We can force this fight. Let's chase them down. And then there's just not enough follow-up, and then Chovy buys enough time. And then if Duckdown was there, I think 100% you smash that fight, but he just wasn't there in time.
Yeah, well, he's here now. There you go. The Ram. All right, we get a Bellows Breath. There's a nice knock-up onto Ruler. I mean, nothing's really going to come of it as the Arcane Shift gets him out of that grand entrance because, oh, the Impale's so good here from Canyon. Once again, Ruler gets his 8th. He's legendary. He already was. I mean, it's Ruler, but he's going to grab a 9th here on the back end. As Gen.G, I think they want to go home. I think they're kind of done with this one as they are looking for their first inhibitor of the game. Keen was in the bottom lane, by the way, guys, pushing this Baron wave towards this inhibitor, and they'll take 2 at the same time, which is kind of what they've been doing all game.
Yeah, that's really a great way to put it. Atlas says, okay, maybe we get one?
Nah, it's gargoyle delivery. That's what's going to come on through here as Chovy puts himself in position with a great Justice Punch. The Nexus, it belongs to Gen.G now as Ruler, bobbing for apples, takes down Doctom. BDD, the next one in trouble as they just destroy them on their fountain. And Gen.G, yeah, they'll make swift work of KT here today.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.